Hi, this is Malia B, and on this segment, we're going to talk about how teachable are you? Teachability, whether you are on your natural hair journey, just starting out building the foundation, or you're in the middle of transition, or you're a seasoned naturalist like myself, how teachable are you and open are you to new ideas, new ways of doing things, new products, try new hairstyles? Now, I want you to realize wherever you are on your journey, you realize how much you don't know. This natural hair movement or thing is new. It's new, but it's not new. Okay, we grow our natural hair. We grow our natural hair every day. We grew up saying, your mom and saying, "Oh, your kitchen's getting long. We need to do something about that. It's about trying to get a perm." And that part of it is not new, but the hairstyles and products and all that's new. But in essence, it's not new because prior to us coming on this side of the soil, we've been doing that for forever. I mean, you can go to Africa now and find villages and tribes that are still doing it. It's just for us and having embracing this type of paradigm is new. So in this newness, how teachable are you to building your foundation for your natural hair lifestyle, for your natural hair products, for your natural hair hairstyles, and just the whole slew and the whole thought of naturalness. And in that, you have a teachability index that's pretty much from 1 to 10. Especially if you're on the beginning, you should be a 10 on all levels. You should be a 10 on willingness to embrace change. You should be a 10 on a willingness to learn. You should be a 10 on willingness to give up effort, time, or money, because you're building your foundation on what will set you up on your natural hair journey for years. So depending on where you're at on your journey, you should pretty much be a 10. You should strive to be a 10, especially if somebody's saying, especially now, I guess, since it's exploding. Okay, there's the styles and the products that are coming out. It's exploding, but at the same time, you have to be carefully compassionate. You have to use careful discernment on who you choose because of the explosion of all the different products and stuff, which I went into in my earlier segment on who you should listen to. And that is basically someone who is where you want to be, has the same type of hair style or the same type of hair texture that you have, and has been doing it for a long time. So the question becomes, how teachable are you? How teachable, how willingness you are to embrace change? How willingness are you to give effort and time, uh, energy, or money to get the information and to be where you want to be on your natural hair journey? And again, that should be a 10. What are you willing to give up is what my notes say. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to change? And to know that in order to have change happen in your life, you have to change. That includes your, not only your hair, because that's the superficial, that's the mundane part, but your mind and your thinking has to change. You can't still have the straight hair permed mentality here and here and expect everything to be all good right here. How is your index willingness to learn and change in order to make all of this match up? Yes, that's what this segment is all about. What change in actions, are you willing to do? What is your teachability index for this? And as we go into this vlog series on, teachability and uh, have your crown at your command, we will go into the various different topics and subjects to get you where you need to be, where all this lines up. So, stay tuned for the additional segments. But for this one, we're talking about how teachable are you? How much are you willing to quote unquote humble yourself and learn to change and say, hey, I had this type of thinking. I had the no lie, gentle relaxer type of thinking, and I'm trying to shift to this foresee only type of thinking. How am I willing? How am I going to do that? And how willing am I to learn about that? And how much am I willing to understand that I don't know everything? That I don't know what I don't know. Even me, as my journey, I've been natural since 1998. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. There's things always going to be constantly changing and constantly evolving. So how willing am I? What is my willingness to learn and to be accepted and to embrace new things, and how much money, time, and effort I'm willing to put into things in order to learn and increase my knowledge on my natural hair. I have 4B hair. So my hair is it's always a challenge for it to keep moisturized. It's always a challenge for the porosity, and it's a challenge for shrinkage. So I am constantly learning. My willingness to learn on those type of subjects is very high, especially if I'm following someone who has my same type of hair type, who has been doing it for a while, and and they themselves acknowledge that they don't know everything, that their willingness to learn is just as high as me. So think about these things when you're on your hair journey, whether you're starting out, transitioning, or been doing this for a while. How willingness or how teachable are you? And well, in the next segment, we'll talk to you about more about teachability index and absorbing information. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. I am Malia V with Curly Crown.